Hi there, YouTube. It's 4:45 a.m. and I really miss my girlfriend. She broke up with me yesterday. And I'm gonna miss her for the rest of my life. She was the best partner I've ever had. Four years went by. I've never had 4 years go by so fast in my entire life. And I just assumed that we would be together forever. I've never had such a good companion before. It might sound silly, but right now I'm just thinking about how we used to always watch shows together in the evening after work. And I never used to watch TV on my own. I'm anxious and my attention span wanders, and so I'm kind of stuck in a loop of searching for content online that I think is going to help me. So I'm usually looking for information, and I have trouble relaxing if I'm watching something that's just entertainment. Except for when I'm with my ex-girlfriend. Like that Star Trek. I never watched that before, and then we watched Next Generation and the original series both twice. We really loved it. And a lot of other things. I'm just gonna really miss that companionship. And mornings where I wake up sick, which is, 9.5 times out of 10. I'm used to struggling alone. I was single most of my life, and I've always had anxiety and stomach issues. But it's for some reason less scary when there's somebody there with you. So that's why I think that the universe is just forcing me to level up. I'm 34 now, and yeah, I always felt mature and independent, but I really am not. I have to earn enough money that I can have a savings, so I'm not relying on other people, because I won't be able to for much longer. And when we were 4 years ago, we were working for a local high school, and one day, halfway towards the end of the year, maybe, it was the end of the day, and we were outside the building helping our students get picked up by their rides. And one of our coworkers, the nurse in our group, who was an older lady, started joking to my girlfriend about how she should break up with me. And how she's like, "You don't want to be a sugar mama. You should break up with him." And I was really hurt and offended. And 4 years later, that lady was right. I've had so many issues in the past 4 years that I haven't been able to work consistently, and my partner had to help more than she would have otherwise. And yeah. So there's a support group today for, it's a group called ACA, Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families. And it's kind of like Codependents Anonymous. It's not really, the group isn't about sobriety from drugs per se. The focus is about healthy relationships. And pretty much everybody in that category of an adult child of a dysfunctional family is going to have some form of attachment issues, often codependency. And I remember when I was meeting with one of those groups 5 or 6 years ago. Wow, it's been a long time. And there were people of all ages, a few senior citizens in there. And I remember one of them was talking about how she still struggles with her codependency. And she has a partner, a boyfriend or a husband or something. I think it was a boyfriend. And they still have to be mindful of their codependency with each other. So yeah, I mean, I was single most of my life, and I guess the reason that I emphasize that is because I didn't really socialize either much. Being autistic, it's difficult, and it's easier to just stay alone. But yeah, I like my own company and I can deal with being alone, but after a while, humans do need contact, and even more than that, they need affection and love. And weirdly enough, that was what I remember my ex-girlfriend saying to me when we first started to date, was that she had been touch-starved. And I never thought of that, touch-starved. Like, yeah, totally. It's a shame. I wish that nobody was touch-starved. So I'm really glad I have my cat. He's not a dog that just crawls all over you all the time. And I think I'm happy about that. Sometimes I'm sad that he doesn't want to be as cuddly with me as I want to be with him, but he's a really good boy. He's just sitting over there on his ottoman, and it makes me feel happy to see him. Oh, here goes the TV. I have this silly thing where the batteries in my old remote died, so now when I want to use the TV, I have to turn my phone on to use the onboard remote. It's so exhausting to wake up like that every day. I mean, I sit on the toilet for like 30 minutes and try to wait it out, but it usually takes a few cycles. It usually takes me a few hours to come all the way down. So, I miss my girlfriend. I'm really sad and disappointed that I put so much pressure on our relationship that it didn't last longer than 4 years. I, of course, wish it lasted forever. But hey, maybe I'll cultivate a new sense of independence and love for myself that'll be, I can imagine feeling better in my life, so maybe I will. I mean, compared to 4 years ago, I definitely feel like I've matured a little bit. At the same time, I'm in an easier situation than I was last time. When I say last time, I mean 4 years ago, I had ended a relationship in kind of a traumatic way, and the people I was living with were like kind of my friends, but also kind of bullies. It was really weird. I was uncomfortable there, and I didn't have my cat. And so when that relationship ended, I coped as best I could, but I just immediately went on Tinder and was trying to find, it's like a long shot because I've never really found a girlfriend on the internet before. But that's what people do now, and I was just really lucky that my old friend from college was on there at the same time, and she saw me. And then we started hanging out, and then 4 years went by. And now I'm alone, but at least I have my cat, and there's nobody who lives here that's going to make me feel bad about how I exist. But, I'm trying to learn from the things that challenge me. I'm trying to learn to be a better human. And yeah, I've been so single-mindedly focused on my issues in the past several years. Before I knew that I was autistic, I thought that I was just depressed, and that was why work was so hard for me. Yeah, I was just melting down all the time and thinking about how hellish my life was and how hard it was to fix. And I guess I needed to grow up and mature out of that. I will say that I started to have this strange feeling in the past few years that I was wanting to preserve my comfort zone to the extent that I couldn't imagine what my future would look like, because I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to be involved in life in any way that could cause me any stress. But yeah, you just gotta keep going. and keep doing your best. And I'm hopeful that I can find some work that I like. I yesterday applied for a job as a crisis line counselor, which you'd think would be a really stressful job, and I'm sure it is, but you can work from home. And I've been calling those crisis line counselors since I was a teenager. And by now I've kind of figured out how they do their thing. Just staying calm, providing resources to the person's looking for, and a supportive listening ear and feedback. But you're not a mental health professional who's trying to diagnose or cure anybody. And yeah, it's stressful to hear when people are going through hard times. But like I said, because I'm so focused on my own hard times, it's like the facilitator at the autism support group I went to last week said, that it's actually grounding to hear other people's struggles when you've got so many of your own. And for me, the largest challenge of staying at work was the sensory overload. It's too loud outside, too bright, and too fast. Everything moves too fast. So it'd be great if I can. It would be really, really wonderful if I could work from home as a peer counselor, as a crisis line counselor. That's where I'm hoping my life is going. Because, I have to find a new place to live by October. So I've got this month and next month to figure out what I'm going to do for work and where I'm going to live. And that's all really scary. I only have a few $100s to my name. And I don't have any job offers. But I'm going to try to have faith and do my best to make sure that this goes in a good direction. And yeah. But I'm also trying to learn how to surrender and not fight back. I am honestly feeling scared that things are going to get way harder than they have been already, but my ex thinks that things are turning out good for me and they're going to get better. So yeah, we'll see. Hope you're having a good day whenever you see this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.